Okay, this divine masculine is watching you very closely. So we're going to find out first, divine feminines, what's going on with you that's making them want to pry into your life, okay? To Intuitive 717, guys, back with another reading. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. It looks here like, okay, so we have higher self activation. So I know in the last reading we talked a lot about you glowing, divine feminines, but there's something different about you as well that's drawing them in. Okay, so something about your energy is activated, or they feel like they're seeing things come to pass that you said that it would. Like somebody's seeing you as like truly gifted, or maybe you do have unique abilities, or like I feel like it was all fun and games. Like maybe it was just a joke that you were some type of I hate to say the word like witch in a negative way, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here when someone first got a glimpse into like your spirituality and the way that you think and perceive things, and they saw you as that. But lately they've been seeing you're not messing around, divine feminines. You really are activated, or you really do connect with your higher self. Something's been happening in your masculine's life, and I feel like this is something that you would have warned them about. What's going on with the masculines? What are their current energies like? This is why they're watching you so closely, divine feminines, because I'm hearing somebody feeling like, damn, you really are gifted, or you really are psychic in some way, or really intuitive. Okay, what's going on with the divine masculine's current energy? What did you give them insight into? Okay, so your masculine could be an air sign. They could be dealing with somebody who is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone in this reading could be an air sign. They don't have to be, but we got swords energy, okay? We also have disharmony, triggers, and conflict. So this could be a lot of what they're going through right now, or what they're experiencing, and you may have predicted this in some way, and not that you may have told them anything, but they for themselves realize the difference in the energy with you, or they feel different around you, or you're not happy. That's what I'm hearing in my head. I know you're not happy. Maybe you said this to your divine masculine. They would have denied it. Maybe they created space, distance. Maybe they sunk themselves deeper into this karmic situation because you might have called them out on it, right? And somebody had to try to prove to you, no, I'm good over here. I'm happy, right? No, we're good. We're good over here. But you called it, divine feminines. You can feel what's going on. And right now they're watching you closely because they want to know how you know that. How you could have sensed that. And ever since you called them out on it, they're going through a lot of tower moments with this person that they're with. What are they learning through the conflict? Yeah, divine feminine, you call them out on it, and now they can't help but have their third eye opened. And that's why I feel like higher self-activation is really important, because you've come in and made them open up their eyes wide about some kind of situation that they're in. I feel like you guys are good friends, or it's platonic, and it was starting to get romantic, and maybe you guys experienced some kind of conflict where, like, I'm hearing somebody just, you call it like you see it, right? Maybe they tried to get romantic. Maybe you call them on the situation. No, you would have to leave that unhappy situation behind first. Well, you know, I feel like because you triggered them in that way, they kind of got defensive in this, whoa, like, who said I'm unhappy? And that's the dynamic that I feel here. But ever since you said it, someone can't unsee, because once that third eye is open, I mean, you could close your two regular eyes, but you can't close the third eye, unfortunately. And you came in there as the divine feminine energy and opened up that area for them, so they can't unsee people's intentions. And maybe they're starting to feel like, I really don't like the way this person treats me, or they're really not like the divine feminine. Like, the divine feminine is very beautiful and graceful and kind, and maybe you are straightforward and you work really hard, and whoever you are, divine feminine, you came in and you really changed this masculine's perspective on how it is they perceive women. In the past, they perceived women as like, I don't know, I'm getting with the conflict card here, like they've been dealing with somebody who's got a lot of attitude, they're whiny, they're bitchy, they're lazy, Just like the worst, like the kind of stereotypes that I guess he's maybe grown up with, whoever your divine masculine is. Like, they treat this person exactly the way this person treats them. Like, it's very childish is what I'm getting with the disharmony and triggers and conflicts, because it's like living in a house with two people who are highly triggered by one another. So there's no real foundation there of love and forgiveness and compassion. It's really difficult, like two people who get really annoyed with one another. But then when your divine masculine's with you, it's very, very difficult to trigger you. Maybe divine feminines, like, you kind of let things roll off your shoulder, or you don't take things as seriously, or maybe you have really strong boundaries where you'll call somebody right off the bat, and it's like you don't have to deal with bad behavior because you just don't tolerate it from the get-go. So it's really easy to have like a smooth relationship with you, and someone's thinking about this. That's why they're watching you so closely. What did you do to me? Right? But I feel also this grateful energy at the same time. Like, they're glad they had this awakening or this third eye clarity, because now I feel like someone's strategizing a way out. You've come in and shown someone maybe healthy love. Yeah, they want to complete some kind of cycle, or maybe this was the lesson that they were waiting to learn, and you've come into their time at a life. You've come into their time at a life. You've come into their life at a time where they've always been feeling this conflict energy in this relationship, but they've endured and endured and endured because, like, they don't know any better. When you don't know better, you can't do better. And for some reason, you guys bumped into one another. I don't know where it is you met, or where this masculine would have had access to you. Maybe you guys met at work, or they've had a chance to be in your presence. So that's why I feel like you guys joke around a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys know each other from the past in a platonic way, just never been able to get each other's off of your minds. Maybe you weren't each other's type. You came from two different sides of the tracks, but that curiosity about one another never died. Or it could be that you guys, you know, like, you work together and you're in this environment and you vibe together and you can't help but, you know, get close and, you know, just share things with one another. And now I feel like your energy is like, I'm hearing, you really got a hold on me. So because you've treated this person in a certain type of way, or they felt your warmth or your laughter or your true friendship, they want change, and they can't help but want that change. They can't unsee with the clarity card here this relationship that they're in and how the dynamic feels so different. It's like, you know, when you're in a relationship with someone and then all of a sudden, as fate would have it, you end up meeting someone else who may be on your vibration, because maybe the universe knows what your heart desires, right? And you're stuck stagnant in one situation and you can't, for whatever reason, get out, and the universe shows you alignment. I feel like it's difficult to unsee that, or it's difficult to want to stay in this knowing that it could be so much more peaceful and it could feel so much more alive and passionate. Okay, that's what's happening to this masculine. And we do have alchemy again coming up with ancestor guides. Someone could be praying over this, or maybe really deeply wanting clear clarity over this, because they never thought that meeting you was something that was possible for them. This is a masculine with a big heart, and I feel like someone takes advantage of their big heart, and maybe that's what's got them stuck in this connection, is that they're dealing with somebody who weighs really heavily on like their heart, you know, like, oh, what would I do if you leave me? I won't have anywhere to go. You know, what would I do? Yeah, see, look, we have spirit guides, ancestor guides. A lot of your masculines are feeling very stuck. They feel like they have no choice. So many of them could be in a situation where ever since they've met you, Divine Feminine, it's like a glimpse that God exists. It's a beautiful feeling of like, wait, God actually cares about me by sending this Divine Feminine in my life. For some reason, I feel like I'm getting this vibe of like your masculines feeling like you coming into their life is making them feel like they know what better is, or they deserve better, or that they can do better for themselves. You know, they could be with someone who actually reciprocates, rather than being with someone who they are either like in fear of, or feel like they have to take care of in some way, or again, just feeling stuck. Okay, all right, let's see what else is coming up for the masculines. What other lessons? Someone could be an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, so that could be a confirmation here for some of you. Usually with earth signs, they like stability, hard work. I feel like that could be you, divine feminines. You could be this earth sign here that's shown up as this blessing. You know, you're beautiful, you're graceful. They see growth with you. I feel like this masculine often fantasizes about you, what a life would be like with you. And then when they wake up in the morning and they roll over and they are dealing with that disharmony and conflict, it's really pulling them in another direction. They want union energy. They don't know what that's like. They've been in another relationship for so long where in their eyes it's like, okay, I guess this is what marriage is, or like this is what relationships are all about. You got to deal with like the lows, and you know, maybe you have to deal with the bad times, but they might be in a situation where it's like there's a lot of bad times that you're working through, and they might think that it's like, hey, that's what relationships are all about. You're just constantly working through the bad stuff, so much to the point where they may not even realize that like they're living under this constant pressure of someone who can never be in a good mood, someone who's never satisfied, someone who's never pleased. I feel like this weighed down energy. Many of your masculines are in a situation where they feel very weighed down. They would have shared this with you somehow, or I don't know, like they're watching you so closely because they know, like maybe you guys have talked about this. Maybe you share about relationships, divine feminine. Maybe they know that you know a thing or two about like spirituality, or that you can pick up on energy. But there's something about you calling something out, and they're watching you trying to figure out like, how did you know all of this? You know, maybe your masculine's a really private person and you can see it in their eyes, or you can see it in their mannerisms, or some of the things that they might say. Okay, but I feel like two people bonding platonically has now turned into someone feeling like romantic towards you, because like you're bringing in a lot of clarity, you bring a lot of peace into their life. And a lot of you too may be picking up on this. You know, it's like you're feeling romantic towards them, but you, divine feminines, you may hold yourself back or close off in some way, because, you know, again, you may know that they're in another situation, but again, you know that they're not happy. Let's get your energy on this connection, divine feminines. What's your energy on this? Okay, I'm going to take the one that came up here, which is the Fate card. So detours and divine intervention. Okay, so major confirmations that you I'm hearing you know it's not right. Like, you know it's not right to get closer to this person or to bond more deeply with them. But you know for some reason that you've maybe come in to give them that third eye awakening or that higher self activation, because I'm telling you guys, ever since meeting with you, connecting with you, spending time in your energy, they didn't know like feminine energies could be this beautiful and peaceful and down to earth and have these, you know, beautiful goals and stories to tell. You know, somebody's come into your presence, or you've been in their presence, and you guys have been, you know, communicating for a while, and they're falling in love with you is really the best way I could put it. I mean, it sounds so cliche, corny, cheesy, but you know, you're this fate tower moment that's come in to really show them what companionship or real love, real laughter, real flirting looks like. Okay, that's this big awakening that they may be having in this moment. Let's get some romance angels cards. I know I said I would close it off, but let's just dabble in a little bit, because I'm hearing this person really deserves love. Like, they've endured a lot with this harmony triggers and conflict, because I also heard this masculine has a big heart. What do they deserve? What are they deserving of? Why did you come in, divine feminines? We have finances and career. Interesting. Maybe you guys met at work. I'm going to take that as you guys met at work, because I did pick that up. You guys had this platonic thing, and now you've been bonding, and you can't help but do that when you guys spend 8 hours a day together every single day. You're going to talk about life. You're going to talk about your family. You're going to talk about your relationships. You guys just didn't expect to bond romantically over that. Why did you come into his life? Okay, I won't take this many, but let's just take one. Religious factors, your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Yeah, it's because this religious upbringing, look at the crown area, it's to enlighten them, to make them see that they're maybe worthy of more or deserve more. That's your purpose, Divine Feminine. Okay, that's why you're so vastly different from them, or you may, that just a conversation with you may plant so many seeds in their heart and mind. You have no idea. Okay, and thinking about you more and more is kind of also what's been causing a lot more of these disharmony, conflicts, and triggers. That's why their energy seems kind of off lately. So if they're like more quiet or pulling back, you guys can sense it. It's because they're going through some kind of tower moment breakup energy that they're feeling. Okay, the vibe is in the air. It may not have happened yet, but I do feel like with the detour card, it's a coming. Okay, but this has nothing to do with you. This was something that they've been wishing their way out of for a really long time. All right, guys, so that's what I have for you for this one. If you guys would like to connect for a personal session, I'm over at Hipsy. If you guys would like to hit that join button and check out some of the other videos that I have where I dig deeper into my own journey and share sensual readings as well. Check out the memberships, guys. Tons more videos to view to help you dig deeper into your journey and understand it with clarity. All right, I love you guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next check-in. Take care, guys. Bye.